Hi, Sagittarius. The loves of my life. Hi. As always, it is such an honor and a blessing to be sitting here with you. I feel really strongly about it. I hope all of your birthdays were beautiful and magical and releasing and everything in between. I have a feeling I might cry in this video tonight that I'm filming. I'm feeling a lot of deep emotions when it comes to Sagittarians. I love you so much. The people I want to end up with in this life, it's you guys. I will say it every time, but it's the truth, and I feel it. I feel it at a gut level, you know. As a Sag rising, yes, of course, I'm connected with you all, but you're the people I just want to end up with. I've had an interesting year of other energy, and I'm happy to be here with you now on the other side of Saturn moving into the second house, moving into Capricorn where it's very comfortable and cozy, and having Sagittarius be feeling a little lighter, a little happier. Now it's really funny because, you know, I like to have my little notes. I'll start shuffling here, but I like to have my little notes for my Sag family. And the note that came to mind, it's funny, it says, stepping into the dark and knowing it's right. So it's funny to me because I feel like, shouldn't we just feel light and happy? Saturn's moved on, it's into our second house in a natural placement that helps us along with our finances and helps us get real with that, and then we can do what's fun for us again. I agree. I mean, I think that's there, but it's funny how when the disciplinarian leaves, when a structure that's been holding you leaves, and you're starting a completely new era, and you've shed an old skin and it's gone, and your old identity's gone, and the old way you had to do things for a while is gone, there is a moment of darkness, and I think there's a lot of pressure that comes in January with this beginning of this new era, and it could really feel very heavy. And there is, even though it's light and it's hope, there's an element of the dark. There's an element of stepping into very unknown territory here, which is exciting and fantastic, and I love it because it's time for new energy. It's time for new beginnings, but yet that sense that you can't quite see what it is really strong. In fact, Eight of Swords, that's exactly it. I find that when people are asked to energetically shift into a new space, this can be the feeling that comes out. Eight of Swords, first card out. So before I get into more of this, before I talk to you about the cards, let's just talk about the moon really quickly because the moon's doing a lot in January. January 1st, it's the full moon in Cancer. 6th house for Saggies, or 8th house, I'm sorry, 8th house for Saggies, which is, you know, that death and transformation house. So once again, stepping into the dark, we're going to go underground before we come back out. There's kind of this sowing, healing, resting, deep breath energy right at the beginning. That's just asking you to be at peace with what you've just done. It's like sitting by the warm fire in the quiet without all the bells and whistles, without all the results in yet, is enough. It's enough. That's kind of the feeling I get. Uranus goes direct on the 2nd in Aries, your 5th house, so that's nice. We got that full power of that kind of shaking things up energy, which is fantastic. We have the Capricorn new moon in your 2nd house on the 16th. So planting the seeds of intention with your money. Make a budget. Think about what you want to accomplish with your material possessions. Think about what you want to get rid of with your material possessions. And finally, we have the Leo full moon and eclipse in your 9th house on the 31st of the month. And that's a big one. I mean, here's your life vision, your life purpose, getting illuminated, getting transformed, getting revamped. So a lot of big energy. That's why I'm saying I think there is a sense of leap in the dark. Leap in the dark. Okay. Let's look at what cards we have here. We have a hodgepodge of energies. I'm working in sets of 3 this month. So we're going to do 3 cards for the first third of the month, 3 cards for the middle, 3 cards for the end. And this is just kind of how the energy is transforming as we flow along. Of course, this is all very flowing. So here we go. Eight of Swords, Justice, Knight of Wands. Here is quite the progression just in the first week of the month, right? At the beginning of this brand new year, the beginning of this brand new era for us Saggies, we have this fog energy, right? This sense that you know you're in a new era, you know you have a lot you want to accomplish, you probably even have a good idea of what that is and that you're very excited about it. Yet there's a lot of questions about how that's going to play out. You may even be impatient to get all your answers this month. You're like, okay, Saturn's gone. Where are all my answers? Where's all my energy? Where are all the components? And this kind of comes in and says, oh, we still have some more to do. I mean, you're not, just because Saturn's in your second house doesn't mean that, you don't have to let the trusting unfold and carry you. So this is asking you to trust again. Now, if you can flow into that, what I'm seeing here is moments of insight, clarity, answers, communication coming through, really strong. Justice is great for getting that aha moment or having that conversation that clarifies and gets you moving forward again. So there seems to be this thing, if you can lean into that little bit of discomfort, it will bring you results quickly. Because then we also have the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands is about jumping into something very new, something very fiery, something very passionate. This can be about work and what you're doing in the world. Saggies, I think of all the signs, I think you are the people I think of changing the world. Like really doing it. Doing it with your energy and then doing it with your ideas and your goals. Aquarius, I'm sorry, but you're not doing it. Sagittarians are. They're the ones doing it. And this to me is that leap of faith and knowing it's right? This is the essence of Sagittarius, which is the willingness to jump in there and find out. And I think you have that. And it's funny, if you can leverage these three together, to me this is the perfect combo. The not knowing, the uncertainty, the feeling like, I don't know what's going to happen, but yet knowing and seeing, and then jumping. It's a funny combination, but I love it. And I think this is asking you to prepare. This is asking you to get back into mode where you can see again. And like I said, coming out of a long time, there's almost a Stockholm syndrome that comes over people sometimes. Saturn has left them alone. It's almost like, well, where's dad? Where's my captor? Where's that person that was like, that energy that was holding me? That's gone. It's like, you got to get your wings back into action again. So here we have that. Now, there's this, so that to me is like, who you are is coming back. You're just able to be and jump into things again. But there's this other thing going on in the cards here that has to do with emotional happiness and relationships. Ooh, this is multifaceted and deep and exciting and very intense. We have the 7 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. So there's a funny thing going on in January. I've been trying to put my finger on it because it's kind of affecting everybody, but I'm seeing it in certain patterns here. That there's this timeline thing going on with emotions. Now, this 7 of Cups, let's start here. Being up there in the ether, and being in your emotional core, what is making you happy? What has not served you and what will serve you? This is, for me, is reconciling with what you experienced when it came to the heartbreak of those years with Saturn. The people you lost, the traumas you suffered in relationship. Because I do think that there were traumas for Sagittarians, as hopeful and as clear-sighted as you all are, because you are. I know that you guys suffered emotional traumas with people you loved. Maybe not every single one of you. Some of you have very wonderful relationships. I'm very happy for those Sages. But there's something, those wounds are real and they go deep. And they can send you in these weird reverberating loops. And there's a sense here of you kind of sitting in there with that a little bit. But here's the thing, it's not futile. It's not there just to go back over it again and again, right? The reason this is coming up is because you want this. You want the Ten of Cups and the Six of Cups. You know, what are the Ten of Cups and the Six of Cups? Happiness, a person who can be a teammate, who can improve the world with you, somebody you don't have to lift up, but who brings their own fuel to the fire. There's a sense here of equals meeting in order to be emotionally fulfilled, and it's time for that. So when I see this is a clue for me about the next year or two being a time of very deep happiness with partnership. And it has everything to do with this hurt, this fear, this landscape over here that existed and was real and brought you something kind of psychedelic in its ability to mess with time and reality. However, where your focus is really going is here. The depth of connection. I mean, this is soulmate energy. And I don't throw that around lightly. Soulmates can come with a lot of karma. Certain types of soulmates will come with life lessons that you take with you forever. Certain soulmates will give you a whole new skill set and then leave you with the mastery of them. I think it was Lao Tzu, I'm not sure, who said, when the student is ready, the teacher arrives. When the student has mastered the lesson, the teacher disappears. There's an element of that with that Seven of Cups, I'm just saying. But the soulmate I'm talking about here is the one that's an equal. The soulmate I'm talking about is the one that you can play with, that you can be light with, and who brings their own fuel to their own fire with you, right? Shared energy, reciprocal energy, Sagittarius. This is so important because you guys give a lot. You give so much. I don't think people get it. I'm not saying this for me and, my chart. Sagittarians give so much, and people just take it for granted. They're just like, well, you guys are sunshine and ideas and excitement and willingness to try, so they just start taking you for granted. And that cannot be anymore. That draining of your energy cannot be anymore. And I see it here so clearly. So clear. You are free. You are free. But here's the thing. The last three cards are a little challenging. And even I am surprised by seeing them here in this spread. I see the emotional healing. I see the direction. I see the blindfold coming off. You're going to be given the tools as this month unfolds. It's like you're getting one tool and then the next and the next and the next answer and the next door opening. You're going to be making plans. You're going to be pushing forward. However, these last three cards are key. We have the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Page of Wands. I was just talking about Stockholm Syndrome. I was just talking about moving out of the house. There's no more dad. I don't know why I'm associating dad and kidnappers. I mean, there's a lot there, right? I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there with that. I'm just saying, that kind of dominating energy is gone. And you come out with the Nine of Wands. You have experienced something very heavy and deep over the last few years. You have changed, you have grown, you have become something, you have battle scars. That's what this whole guy is about. He's seen some things. He has seen some things. And it could be tempting. It could be tempting to feel jaded. It could be tempting. And, this is not a Sag problem, really. The jaded thing isn't really your thing. However, there's a temptation here to go back to this mistrusting of the world and mistrusting of yourself and mistrusting of what's possible. I mean, I think that's where it goes back to the stepping into the dark and knowing it's right. When I see these two, these are energies of somebody who, you've been burned a couple of times doing what you normally would have done any other time, which is jump into the fire and see what happens. Put it all in there and find out what happens. Try it out. See what happens, right? There's this funny thing where you're getting these new opportunities. You're getting it, right? You're getting the love. You're getting the answers. You're getting the green light. You're getting the fire. And fact, I can't talk. This last card is another one of these green lights, an opportunity. But here's this opportunity. It's like, hey, here's new love. Hey, here's a new work opportunity. Here's a new client you could be working with. Hey, here's a new travel opportunity. Oh, hey, you can move to this new spot and start doing a new kind of work that you've always wanted to do. Hey, you could spend time with your best friend and you could have it all. And you're going to be like over here like, can I jump one more time? Because you've been burned. It's been scary. And so it's almost like getting back to your natural way before there was that restriction and that pull is going to feel a little funny. It's going to feel a little funny. There's a little bit of resistance here now. It doesn't have to. I just think you might notice it. You might be kind of like, I'm feeling a little nervous. If it seems too good to be true, if it seems too exciting, if it seems too hopeful, it probably is all of those things. It's probably hopeful. It's probably exciting. It's probably good. However, you're going to feel like there's a catch, or you're going to feel like you have to watch yourself. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's that leap of faith that I think was coming up for me in the reading. Now, I'm going to pull one card from my Cosmic Tarot for you all to top this off, because I see everything. That fog is lifting. You're getting answers. You're getting healing, you're moving on, the wounds are healing, that karmic sense of like what had to happen. Oh my gosh. 2 cards came out, Ace of Cups, 6 of Cups. Second 6 of Cups, by the way, in this reading. And I was just about to say, you guys are getting it. You're starting on this, it's so good to see the watery energy for Sagittarius right now. And I do have this strange feeling with water and Sagittarians, this emotional fulfillment energy is really strong in 2018 for you all. And I think that's so important, because as much as it's so important to do the work that you're doing and to push yourself and to try things and have fun and be lighthearted. It's so important to feel that you are surrounded. And this is, I almost cried in this video thinking about you guys and how people value you, but you really need this love and support from the people around you. You really need this green light when it comes to relationships that support you. It can feel lonely to be a rebel. It can feel lonely to be so brilliant and so determined and so creative. I know you're really social, but there's a lonely element sometimes to being who you are, you guys. And there's something so beautiful in these connections you're going to be making. This love you're going to be having, the people that are going to be around you are really there on a soul level. Oh man, 2 6 of Cups is like just being with your tribe, getting to go home to your tribe, to a tribe you didn't even know you had. I mean, finding your tribe all around the world, however this may come about. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you, Sagittarius. I hope I get to be a part of that tribe because it's a good one to be in. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be just Sagittarians, right? You're going to be finding people that you can work with, that you can love, that you can live with, that you can make plans with, that you can have crazy synchronistic moments with. You're going to be finding that those things fall into place really easily for you. And that is going to feel like stepping into the dark, because you haven't been here for a little while. You haven't been in this place of being able to trust this deeply for a little bit. But it's going to start to feel more natural by the time we're in Aquarius season. By the time we're getting close to February, things are going to have really evolved. And that's where that eclipse comes in. And I will be doing my moon magic videos. So, keep an eye out for those if you want some more info on what the moon is doing, because that eclipse is going to be absolutely powerful and intense. Oh my gosh, finding your tribe. Finding your tribe. I'm so happy about this. I'm going to leave my website and my email and my Instagram in the description box. You know how I feel about you. I can't say it enough. I just want to gush constantly, but I feel like I've said it many times. I love you. I'm so hopeful for you all, and I will talk to you in February. for more magic, because it is going to be a magical, magical ride. I can tell you right now, just looking at this energy here for you all, get on the fun train because it is about to take off from the station.